New Snow White movie, Rachel Zegier has even worse news for this. So it seems that they're replacing Rachel Zegier's screen time with new childhood subplot. Rachel Zegier, girl, girl, you know, basically people don't like her. She is a very, very unliked actress. And Disney is seeing this. Disney's seeing the fact that people do not like this person. Okay? People don't like Rachel Zegler. Okay? And according to these rumors, she is going to be removed from parts of the movie and replaced with a subplot of the movie. Okay? She is going to be replaced with someone else. According to the whistles on Digital Streets, Snow White trimmed her Snow White screen time while adding a new subplot about the childhood of the princess as well. For information, the zegier, okay, instead of, recasting her and realizing that nobody likes her, okay, instead of recasting her, what the smart thing Disney will do, they're gonna go with her until the end. Kind of like with, Warner Brothers from Amber Heard. Okay, they know people don't like her. But they had 2 years to change it. They delayed the movie multiple times. Okay? Restart the movies, but they never said, you know what? If we really want to make the movie Aquaman 2 profitable, we should get rid of Amber Heard. Okay? We should get rid of her. Okay? It's the same thing with Snow White. They have a whole year to completely remove her from the movie and replace her with someone else that's much more likable. Okay? She doesn't even like her, the role either. Disney's only doing it for diversity and inclusion, DEI, okay? Not because he's a good fit for the character, and even then, these remakes are getting tiring. How many Snow White movies are there? People are like, oh, we were sick of seeing Spider-Man over and over again. But wait, there released like 5 Snow White movies in the past decade alone, okay? Of course, I get Snow White's a public domain IP. No one owns Snow White. Okay? But, instead of making something new, Disney would retread. Because Disney's always done most of the really popular movies. Okay? They have done The Real Mermaid, the last of those really popular movies. Now they're doing stuff like Snow White, Bambi, the remaking Moana. Okay? Disney is really running out of ideas at this current point. This movie is still gonna lose a lot of money, okay? This movie is probably gonna cost like $3 million to make at the very end, and Disney does not care, okay? Instead of recasting Rachel Zegler and, saying, you know what, we're sorry that we casted someone who hates her own role, okay? Or I have a feeling that they may have saw the Hunger Games movies since the box office because the Hunger movies were successful. But Rachel Zegler didn't have bad publicity for that movie. Okay? She actually liked that role in the movie. She doesn't like the role in this movie. And also there was another movie that she was in. I even know she was in it. Apparently she was in the Shazam sequel. But there are much more likable actresses that you could cast from the same demographic. Okay? Than Rachel Zegler. Okay? There's tons of better actresses and people you could cast in. If you really want to have diversity that badly, there's tons of better people you could have casted. Okay? That would actually want to be in the role. Okay? Same thing with the Fantastic Four. They're going to cast a 20th person that wants to be the part of the Fantastic Four, a 50-year-old guy, because we want to promote diversity. Okay? This is getting very tiring at this point. Most people don't care about diversity. Yeah, sucking. Okay? One of the highest grossing movies of last year was the Mario movie. Okay, Mario does not have a very diverse cast of characters. Most of the characters in the Mario movie are Italians. Okay? I don't know what ethnicity Princess Peach is, but I'm assuming she's also Italian. Okay? Barbie, the main, I haven't watched the movie, but I know that movie has more diversity than Mario. Or Oppenheimer, one of the highest grossing movies of the year. That movie wasn't very diverse. Okay? But the movies that are more about diversity and inclusion, they seem to do worse at the box office. Okay, well, that's the main selling point. The main selling point of the movie should be the plot, should be the ideas, the characters. Okay, that's why Oppenheimer made so much money. That's why Spider-Verse, despite Spider-Verse having a diverse cast, they put the plot first and most foremost. Okay, they put the plot and the characters first, something that's rare in a movie nowadays, than actually making, let's compare Spider-Verse versus the Marvels. The Marvels, they put diversity, inclusion, feminist ideals, girl boss bullshit that nobody wants, over making a good movie. Spider-Verse is the opposite. That's why Spider-Verse made so much money and the Marvels failed. Okay? Companies that put plot and characters first are going to be the movies that are the most successful movies. Can go back to 2022, Top Gun, Minions: The Rise of Gru, okay, and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Okay, Minions: The Rise of Gru was kind of more like a slapstick comedy, but they kind of put the plot first. Okay, same thing with Top Gun, same thing with Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Okay, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish put the plot and storyline before, the woke, and not before putting a woke agenda in the movie. Okay, movies should be about the plot, should be about the characters. Okay, that's what it should be about. Okay, not about woke, diversity, and inclusion. And Rizzo Zegier's Snow White is gonna flop regardless of what Disney puts in, because Disney wants to fill in the diversity hires. Okay, instead of making actual good movies like they used to. Okay, it's just that simple. Okay, Disney struggled last year. Okay, none of the movies broke even besides Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Okay, that includes Fox movies. Okay, that includes acquired movies like Fox movies. Not a single movie Disney has put out broken even. Okay, not a single one. Not a single Disney movie has broken even. Okay, yeah. And it always shows you the failure of Disney. The failure of the Walt Disney Company continues. Okay? And I think I should make a separate video of that about diversity and inclusion. That whole thing that Disney is trying to push and Hollywood's trying to push. Okay? It's gonna fail. Okay? It has been proven by various economics that it fails. Okay? It makes, instead of hiring the best person for the role, and we're not just talking about, Disney, okay, here, but the best person in the role. For example, Asians are disproportionately represented in a lot of things, especially doctors and, medics, okay, because Asians study hard, so therefore they should get that role. They studied for it. But diversity and inclusion says, Asians, you're overrepresented. Even though Asians are the lowest populated of the major minority groups in the USA. No, you can't be represented because you are overrepresented. Okay, this is the hypocrisy. It's Asians, and we're not just talking about East Asians. We're also talking about Indians and the South Asians, Southeast Asians as well. Okay, Philippine people. Okay, they are disproportionately represented in medical fields and many fields because they work hard to get their goal. They work hard to achieve things. That's what it should be. Okay, but they want to have certain number of this ethnicity, certain number of, it just doesn't work. That it makes things worse because that's basically racism. That's basically racism. The Snow White movie is the forefront example, okay, of this diversity and inclusion bullcrap that no one wants. Okay, people do want, Asians do want movies representing them, but if they want a movie, watch a movie representing them, they can just watch the anime. Like Japan, if someone's like from East Asia, well, guess what? They have anime movies from Korea. They have Korean, versions of manga. China has its own anime and own movie industry. Japan has its own movie industry. India has its own movie industry. Okay, America should be making movies about about the U.S. Okay, you know, and about our cultures, vision on these cultures, and let them, you know, put their culture in the movies and have them represented in a positive way. Obviously, you know, I don't want any culture group to be represented negative, but it should be represented how they want to be represented, not how Hollywood executives want to be represented. Okay, I think the people should be allowed to represent their own cultures on screen. Okay, yeah. And the Snow White movie is gonna fail. No one's gonna watch it. Absolutely no one's gonna watch it, no matter how much the band-aids Disney can put on it. If putting a band-aids over a gaping hole, it's just not gonna work. The way you can do it is either cancel the movie, put it as a write-off, or recast it as Zegier. That's the only two ways Disney can get out of this. But Disney doesn't want to do either. So Snow White, they can damage control and put it in less screen time like they have Amber Heard or Brie Larson, but they can't get rid of the problem completely. And you know what the most ironic thing about this whole video is that Brie Larson and Amber Heard are both blonde white women. Okay, and I don't like them either. Okay, it is, you know, just casting people that are just unlikable in roles. But Radio Zegier, it's more like they want to do it for, you know, to please the diversity, to please the ESD scores and diversity and inclusion. So yeah, this movie is almost certainly gonna flop. I don't think it's gonna make any money at all. I track the box office every week. You know, and we can go over 2022's box office. Okay, for all major movies. So starting with Megan. Okay, let's see. Missing made money. 80 for Brady, that didn't make money. Magic Mike didn't make money. Emma and the Wasp flopped. That's a Disney movie. Cause see all these other movies, they made money. Operators of Fortune didn't make money. Shazam didn't make money. Guardians of the Galaxy was the only Disney movie to make money. If we go further, Boogeyman didn't make money. Negative 90 million. Elemental. We're using box office Moses numbers, which is that $495 million made. Probably on foreign that it still didn't break even. Elemental still did not break even. Okay. Dial of Destiny, massive flop. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, this is just the net gain profit here. The net gain profit. Of course, the studios get way less. Some of it goes to the feeders, some of it goes to advertisers and stuff. But the net gain profit for these movies, like Equalizer 3 is negative plus 12. Okay. Blu-ray lost a lot of money. It's not, and of course, not this Disney, it's also Warner Brothers. No one went to go watch Blue Beetle. Okay, Blue Beetle did so poorly, it did worse than The Sound of Freedom. Okay. Sound of Freedom made more money in Latin America than Blue Beetle, which is the most ironic thing in the world. That Blue Beetle is a movie that's pandering towards the Latino audience. Kind of like they're trying to do with Snow White. But more people went to go see a movie about child trafficking than, you know, a panda movie for Latinos. You know, that shows everything. And of course, we have the Marvels, one of the biggest box office flops in history. You know, this as well. You know, another diversity and inclusion movie. You know, I know this is based off like Spanish or Mexican culture, but you know, if you just watch the movie, who is the villain and who is the hero? Okay, you know, modern Disney's a joke. Okay, modern Disney is an absolute joke, and they're gonna continue losing money. Okay, continue losing money at the box office. And that's about this video here. Goodbye.